morning. It's early right now. My kids just woke up, so I'm getting ready to head out of bed. But plans for today is we're going to be heading into town, just me and the kids. We're going to be getting another water tote. I think I mentioned it in another video that we needed a second water tote. As it's been now, we've only been operating off of one water tote, and so that means that once we fill up the tote, which we've only been filling it up probably about a 1/3 to 2/3 of the way full, but the water tote is stuck on the trailer, so we aren't able to use the trailer until we use the water. So we have to time a bunch of different stuff, properly in order to make sure that when we do need to use the trailer, it's empty enough, or we have to wait until it's empty enough to use the trailer. So we figured it's probably about time for us to get a second water tote to transfer into this water tote. So then it frees up the trailer for us, because when I went into town the other day to go pick up wood to finish off the fence outside, I ended up having to put the wood inside the car, which is not a big deal, but that's what we bought the trailer for. So we're like, okay, it's time for us to go ahead and get another trailer. And then second thing would be, little man needs some more wipes. I think he has about 2 packs left, so while I'm in town, we're gonna pick him up some wipes so that we can clean his little booty. Oh, also Elijah, okay, so the weather for the last couple of days has been a little bit cold. It rained yesterday, and then it rained this morning. And so Elijah, before he went to work this morning, he was outside at like 5 or 6 in the morning while it's pouring rain in the cold, getting the tote off the trailer for me, so I didn't have to worry about doing it and wrangling the kids and everything all at the same time and getting ready to leave. So thank you for doing that. But yeah, so he's great. So and then the last thing that we're going to be in town for, I'm going to be picking up some curtains. Since we're into the colder months now, it's time for us to swap out our curtains. So if you've been here since we, were working inside of Terry, you should know that we have, I had bought some shower curtains to turn into curtains. So girlies are fine, because her shower curtains for some reason were like this thick cotton material, and so once I doubled them, like, they insulate very well, but the ones that we have over the sofa and then also in the kitchen area, those ones were like little thin cheap curtains. So I'm gonna go ahead and go pick up some actual curtains. They're blackout curtains, and they have thermal properties to them so that they will keep the cold air out. Those ones, they are full-length curtains. They're made for the house. So what I'm going to do is buy those, and then just I have to go get my sewing machine out of the container so I can split them in half, and then I'll go ahead and sew them. And then I also want to pick up 2 new curtain rods also for this outer area that are more heavy duty, since the curtains are going to be heavier. And then I'm going to also finally set up curtains in little man's room. He's a little bit older now. He respects the curtains, so we don't have to worry about him pulling them off, because he likes to look out his window now. And right now we have like this frosted glass tint over his window that he has figured out how to pull it off so that he can look outside. And so I think it's time for him to get some curtains as well. So that is what is on the to-do list for us today. Since the kids are awake, we're gonna get up, have some breakfast. Okay, so this is our new water tote. I think I filmed this part, but I don't know if I did or not. But this one is a lot lighter than our other one. This one it has a little bit of water in there, but it's a lot lighter than the other one. So the other one is like super heavy. I think it has to do with the base. I think the other one has like a more solid pallet base on it that holds a lot of weight. But we're gonna go get water. So I'm gonna get this thing up onto the trailer. I can't even get all the water out of here. there's a lot of water. Unless you want me to just let the water out.
Oh, yeah, let it out.
Well, I'm gonna put it up backwards. So it's tilted. So then I can get the rest of the water out.
Sure, I don't want it.
Huh?
For sure, I don't want that water.
You know? See that kind of water coming. Are you gonna want to?
I just thought about
do you
that.
want to leave this open so we can run?
Yeah. I'm just gonna tie this up with a water. Hook it up with a water. Because I mean that's the only strap we have, so.
The water station in your seat.
Oh yeah, she missed the whole ATV stuff.
Yeah.
I mean we had it, but. Well, to be fair, I did put her in there.
Mommy, that turned into
when she went to sleep, I did take her in there.
Okay, so I don't have my mic on, so excuse the sound, but we have this completely emptied now. We went and got our water. It is now inside of the other IBC tote. And so right now, with the water that we transferred, it's kind of hard to see it in there. Oh no, you can see it great on camera. We have a little bit over 225 gallons of water, so that will last us a very, very, very long time, which is great. And then I don't think I've ever showed you our water pump. So this is our water pump. It pressurizes the water and transfers the water all at the same time. So it's a 5-gallon pressurized tank. And so that's what we're using, and then we just have it hooked up to the generator anytime that we need to use it. This will be in the next couple weeks moving so that we can get it out of the elements. We're going to be getting a shed soon, so once the shed gets here, this is moving into the shed along with some other stuff. Okay, but while I was waiting for the water to transfer, Elijah was cleaning up our mess up at the front of the property because we were working over there. And so while he was doing that, I got him to start the auger up for me. And so let me show you what I was doing while he was cleaning up and while the water was transferring, because it takes a little bit because we only have like a small garden hose right now to do it. Okay, so these were the pink lines that you saw earlier. And so this is our side property. And so we're preparing to fence this side in. So I think like a couple weeks ago, Elijah and I went and we marked all the holes all the way down to that board right there is when we stopped because it got dark. So that board is about the halfway point to the back of the property. So we'll have to finish, marking the rest. But we figured that'll be in our best interest to slowly work on this side. I auged out the holes. I only did an initial start on the holes because we'll actually set the depth before we put the post in. So I just ran through quickly and just auged, and just kept going all the way down, which made, main reason why we just auged the holes out rather than fully setting the post or waiting is because we didn't want the marks to wash away. We've been getting a lot of rain and we don't want it to just, fade out the lines. So, and then it will make it easier when we do the post, because we did this method with the play area, and it was so much easier after we got them all lined out just to go and dig the holes to depth, because we didn't have to go and rerun a string line. We didn't have to go and find where they're supposed to go, and just made it easier. So we're going to continue doing that through the rest of the property. And then for all of these guys here, we're going to start slatting these in. So we're going to do 3 or 4 slats going down, and then we'll end up putting up wire, I guess it's mesh, I don't know, wire going all the way across. We won't run the wire until
we have all the posts in, because you need to use that tension to attach it, or at least till we get halfway maybe. But what we're gonna end up doing, I think 3 slats or maybe 4 slats. We're gonna buy as if we're gonna set 4 slats, just so we can figure out, you know, how many we feel like we need. And then, you know, we can decide from there. But yeah, so that is kind of what we were working on. So with the shed that we're going to be getting, I think it's about a 12 by 16 shed size. And we're going to be putting it over here by Terry. So let me kind of show you where it's going to go in relation to the play area. Okay, so the play area is right over here. So I figured that we would probably start the shed maybe right here, so that we can get like a little walking path, because we want to plant a fruit tree right here. And so we'll come about right there, and then it will just go down, you know, that side of the property. So we'll be right here, so we're kind of in like a nice little cluster. So that is the plan, and it'll be easy to get to it. Once we get the shed, it'll be easier for us to work out of the shed as far as cutting material, prepping stuff, drawing up stuff. It will just give us a little bit more space to also store stuff as well, because storage containers a little full, and it's kind of hard to separate our storage stuff that needs to be stored versus our tools. So it would be nice to have everything in the shed for tool related. So yeah, that's all I got for you.